A mysterious neon gel is being sought after by some of the world's wealthiest drug addicts. This gel is lethal to humans, and it's up to Vice Officer Quinn Hart to uncover the source of this gel, but he knows he can't do it alone. Fellow Vice Officer Christie is also on the case, as well as her associate Sophia, the master tracker. Hart will have to put his uncanny knack for getting out of tough spots to the test to get to the bottom of this sinister mystery. Vice Project Doom is a single-player action game, primarily a platformer, released by American Sammy in 1991, where you assume the role of Vice Officer Hart. When you first start the game, you'll be racing around in your car, blasting enemies in a top-down driving section. After defeating the boss, you'll take to the mean streets on foot. You can use the B button to attack with your equipped weapon and the A button to jump. Pressing select will switch between Hart's available weapons, a melee weapon that looks like a sword but is actually a laser whip, a gun which fires short-range projectiles, and explosive hand grenades. You can also press down to crouch, and you can perform a crouching run, which is actually pretty handy. The controls in Vice Project Doom are tight and responsive, and it just feels good to play. Defeating enemies may reveal items to collect, like more grenades or more bullets for your gun. You can see how many of each you have left in the bottom left corner of the screen. Most enemies drop coins which, upon collecting 100 coins, will reward you with an extra life. While Vice Project Doom is primarily a platformer, you will find yourself evading enemies in the top-down driving section more than once, and there are also a few short shooter sections to mix things up a bit. One thing to note about the shooter sections is that you can run out of ammo, so precision is the name of the game. Vice Project Doom bears a striking similarity to the Ninja Gaiden series of NES games, and in this case, that's a favorable comparison. It's complete with cutscenes where people are constantly approaching the protagonist from behind, enemies which respawn if you scroll the screen, and there's even a stage where the light levels shift, making platforming difficult in the same manner as Ninja Gaiden 2's Stage 3-1. Something else Vice Project Doom gets right is that they nail the difficulty curve. The levels get more and more difficult as the game progresses, culminating in a challenging but fair final level and an even more challenging final boss fight. I don't hear Vice Project Doom discussed much, and I'm still struggling to figure out why. It was featured in Volume 24 of Nintendo Power, which I have 2 copies of for some reason, with a whopping 12-page walkthrough of all the stages aside from the final level, so it's not like it didn't get exposure. Maybe the generic box art drove people away, which is a shame because Vice Project Doom is an excellent game and it just begs for a sequel. If you're a fan of Ninja Gaiden or a fan of retro platformers in general with great controls and a fair amount of challenge, you owe it to yourself to try Vice Project Doom. After all, if you can't stop the evil mega corporations from producing lethal neon drugs, then who can? I give Vice Project Doom an underappreciated 4 out of 5.